アニメスパイ
あーやこれ好き。
初めてのルーブルはなんてことはなかった。私だけのモナリザもうとっくに出会ってたかった。
Hey guys, coming here, welcome to part 2 of the Langrisser news from the future and featuring the second anniversary heroine, but the heroine that does not really look like she's the anniversary hero because she has a higher summoning rate compared to Zerodas 2.0. So before we start, I gotta say it again, good luck to all servers outside of CN. Hopefully when your 4th year anniversary comes, you will not be having a hard time getting Zerida 2.0, and not saying Lucretia 2.0 is bad, but definitely Zerida 2.0 has, well, her strongest power set of abilities, and yep, everyone has been spamming her in the CN server, so this proves that she's a great deal right now. So alright, featuring on this part 2 of video, the girl in the shell, aka Lucretia 2.0, and here we go. So yep, apparently she has increased in her size. She is no longer lowly. Though as much as we have been describing her as Luke 2.0 or Lucretia 2.0, apparently in the storyline and some spoilers that this is not the actual Lucretia. The fact is that this is an AI bot that has been created by one of the scientists allies from the Reincarnation Story faction. Apparently she's supposed to be helping with the arc that Ares and allies are supposed to be in. However, Lucretia, upon her, well, before her death or before she went into the power shutdown mode, for any players who have Lucretia as a heroine, you played her born, you know that when she almost died, she hid inside the ark and went to hibernation. So when she awake, she tried to hack into the ark system and trick the AI bot, assistant robot, who is just recently been born. So you can kind of like take a Marvel reference, like yep, Ultron and Vision, that Vision has been recently born and he's maybe kind of like get tricked by Ultron, and Ultron managed to, in one of parallel universe, Ultron managed to hack and fuse with his body. So in this case, Lucretia managed to fuse with the girl in the shell and take over her and override a lot of things. And the other spoiler is that I presume I might not like this. I played her born and I presume there might not be any redemptions value or factor for Lucretia anymore. Apparently, spoiler alert, when playing through her born, she tried to trick this AI robot that you guys are looking at right now. Pink hair girls are the most psychotic and, well, weirdest and psychotic girls in games or anime. Do not offend them. So she kind of tricked her to battle some invaders. However, it turns out that she's using a illusion ability to blind her eyes, that she kind of, well, kill innocent civilians and also POWs from the enemy faction that they have captured by Lucretia or from the arc, and she kind of do some altering. So during the Bond story, they kind of say that after killing off most of the enemy, Lucretia removed the illusion from her, and she, to her horror, she saw that the horrible deeds that Lucretia is doing to those POW, aka prisoner of wars, that forced them to go into to see weird hallucinations, that they become cannibal. They try to cannibalize each other, they eat each other and act like beasts due to the alterations did by Lucretia, and then Lucretia also tricked her to see them as test ground machines for her to just increase her battle capabilities, and in return she massacred almost everyone, or maybe she massacred everyone. So this caused her to kind of get very sad. And as you can see, these are all sick deeds done by Lucretia. So, well, I'm gonna presume towards the end of the story they will be finishing her off, not the other way, but really finish her off in the story, well, you know. And she has been planning or plotting something for her own, and for now it don't seem like she's working with chaos, because she kind of deemed the gods are unworthy. She's kind of like Gizarov, but in the reincarnation world, of course with more backstory for her. Alright, and sorry for hearing my dragging of the characters, and now we are going to the actual stuff. And don't be fooled by the short text you have seen here, because the true text horror is on her 3C, which we'll be going through later on. And guys, watch to the end for the cringy descriptions that I've done and translations for you guys. Alright, here we go. So Girls in the Shell rank 6 affections are Reincarnation, Darkness, and Princess. And due to the bad deeds Lucretia 2.0 does, she finally has been a chance to go into Darkness faction. Alright, talent, AI Awakening. So number 1, the higher unit's HP is, the higher the damage due, or the higher the damage is being dealt, capped at max of 30%. Then number 2, when you end turn, you obtain Machine Learning. This will increase your intelligence by 5% and increase your unit range by 1. It is capped at a max stack of 2 and cannot be dispelled. And I do know that one downside is that you cannot be immune, and this means if enemies cause debuff skills that like don't allow you to get buff, I'm presuming you will not get power up by this skill, so this is kind of bad. Like comparing her with Zerida, she has a lot of immunity, cannot be dispelled or immune effect. So on the contrary, the Girl in the Shell looks slightly weaker, and because she has she needs startup for her abilities, so it's kind of, well, not as cool as the original Lucretia. So compared to the original Lucretia, as you guys can remember, is that at the start of battle, she'll get to summon a puppet or a puppet robot to go with her. As long as the robot is with her or on the field, she'll gain a +2 range. And the puppet is not able to do much on first turn. The puppet needs a 1-turn setup, but for Lucretia 1.0, she can just go straight in battle, buffing allies, or just decide to, you know, spam an AoE or attack an enemy on sight. However, for Lucretia 2.0, you need a 2-turn setup to maximize her capability, because machine learning, as you can see here, is increased 5% each turn and increase unit range by +1. So she started with 2 range, then followed by you need another 2 turn to gain +4. So right, let's repeat again. Number 1, the higher her HP is, the higher the damage is being dealt, is capped at 30% at rank 6. Number 2, when you end your turn, you obtain Machine Learning. Machine Learning provides the following effect: 1, increase intelligence by 5%, 2, increase unit range by +1. It can be stacked to a max of 2, and this effect cannot be dispelled. Like I said, her design is pretty awesome. Looking at the hair color, the outer layer is pink pinkish, then internal is blue, and towards the end of the tail, as you can see, the end of the hairline is purplish. Then she has, I know there's a word to describe that, but I can't remember the word right now. She has not double vision, but she has double eye color. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Awesome. I really hope to see someone do her cosplay. I mean, the dress is fascinating. Though, hopefully the person who dressed like her do not have her psychotic mental state. That's horrifying. So apparently she kind of shocked me and kind of make me hate her even more when I played her Born. Alright, so exclusive skill 1 is known as magic transversing, or magic weaving. This is the one. So basically for Lucretia 2.0, I highly suggest you guys to watch to the end for the translation, because it has a lot of text, and because of the randomness of skills she'll get to choose. So alright, magic transverse or magic weaving. The type is random magical damage or support, or and support. Okay, number 1, choose one skill out of the 3 options to choose, be it single target, AoE, or support. Number 2, the CD of the skill inherit is based on the skill chosen by the option, but the max cap is at 3 CD. So for example, if you choose Lightning Strike for 1 CD, so after you use Lightning Strike to damage enemy, to use this option skills again, you'll take 1 turn of cooldown before you can choose this option again. Whereas if you try to choose skills like Freezing Field, you will need to wait 3 turns again before you get to choose this option, or before this option is available to you. This option is kind of like the 3C of Ein's Own Goal from the Overlord collab, except for the fact that it has even more options, and the options are all randomized. You don't get to choose. So yep. And number 2, the CD. Number 3, when at the start of turn, the skill set will be generated randomly, and for the type of skills you can randomly get are as follow. So for single target, you get either Fireball, Lightning Strike, Wind Blade, Holy Words, or Purified. So the single target skills are ranged from 1 turn to 2 turns CD. So you gotta be, so it's just kind of based on your luck, because it's generated randomly. I mean, the great improvement they can do is that the skills that generate are based on the enemy that are nearest around you. Maybe that might be better, I'm not sure. What did you guys think? You can leave it down in the comment sections at the end of the video. Then for AoE, you get Tornado, Ice Field, Thunderstorm, Meteor, Break Evil, and Black Hole. So as you can see, these are the random skills here, but for those who cannot understand Mandarin or Chinese, I am explaining through the translations. Then 2 support skills. You have only 3 type: Mass Protect, Mass Strengthening, and Mass Heal. So if you're lucky, the best option you get is Mass Strengthening, which is the one that most players will choose for Lucretia when at PvE you start a team fight where you do not choose to bring faction buff. This is like the Mass Strengthening is to provide you like a semi-faction buff without the defense ability. So right, let's recap. So exclusive skill 1, magic transversing. So choose one skill out of the 3 options to use. So to better understand what is going on, wait till when I try to do the demo play, guys. So alright, choose one skill out of the 3 options to use, be it a single target, AoE, or support. The CD of these skills inherit the skill chosen by the chosen by the option, and the cap limit is at 3 CD. Number 3, at the start of a turn, the skill set will generate randomly. For the type of skills you can randomly get are as follow. Single target options, you have Fireball, Lightning Strike, Wind Blade, Holy Words, or Purified. For AoE, you have Tornado, Ice Field, Thunderstorm, Meteor, Evil Break, or Black Hole. So for AoE, the best option you get is either Meteor or Black Hole. For support, you get Mass Protect, Mass Strengthening, or Mass Heal. So apparently they do not have single target support healing abilities, they only have AoE healing abilities, so the CD you get is minimum start at 2 turns. And alright, moving on to exclusive skill 2. So again, as usual for this part of video, we'll be only going through on exclusive skills. For every skill sets with pictures icon, we'll be doing it during the demo play. Okay, exclusive skill 2, the one that I'm highlighting here, is known as Circuit Break. The type is a magical AoE. So number 1, it deals 0.3 times magical damage to enemies in range. Number 2, deal 2 random debuff to damage enemies. 3, able to move 3 steps after attacking. So the good or great deal about this skill is that upon moving forward after a 2-turn setup at turn 3, after you increase your range, you can cast a great range of AoE towards enemy. After casting, you'll be able to move 3 squares or tiles or 3 steps backward to your nearest tank, which can, well, guard for you upon receiving incoming attack. So this is the only great deal about it. However, the debuff deal to enemies are random. So right, let's repeat again. This is very straightforward. Circuit Break. Number 1, deals 0.3 times magical damage to enemies in range. Number 2, deals 2 random debuff to damage enemies. 3, able to move 3 steps after attacking. Okay, the 3C, which is another hectic descriptions because it's full of upgrading text. So again, I gotta emphasize, watch to the end, guys. 3C has both passive and active skills. Okay, the 3C, the name of the 3C is known as Adaptive Hacking. The type is a magical single target skills with upgrade mechanism. So for passive, so as you can see right now, the text looks pretty short here. However, there's a whole lot of text from below. So right, active, attack, and deals 1.3 times damage to an enemy. And that's it. However, for passive, so when you end your turn, you can choose an upgraded skills. The max you can upgrade your skills is 3 times. Each upgrade will increase damage deal by 5% and increase your 3C cooldown by 1. So the first time, the maximum is going to increase is 3 CD for your upgrade. The CD increment, however, is max cap at +2, so don't have to worry about it too much. There's a cap limit, so it's not going to go to above 3. That's a great things about it. So yep, you did not hear me wrong. The active is simple as that: attack and deal 1.3 times damage to an enemy, and that's the ability. However, the main core is the upgrade. Okay, so moving to the types of upgrade is that the types of upgrade available are random, and this upgrade is only applicable for your 3C only. It does not affect your overall range of skills. So basically they are adding different type of buff or debuff for your 3C, because as you hear it right, the damage and attack is just deal 1.3 times damage to enemies. So right, when you end your turn, you can choose one of 3 options to upgrade. Note that the first and third upgrade available options are randomly as follow. So only the second upgrade is unique by itself. So we're gonna go with the first and third type of upgrade. Okay, so again, when you upgrade, you get to choose options like 1 on Go 3C. So there's a total of 9 kind of upgrade for each time you try to choose the available options, and it's randomly generated of 3 out of 9. So first upgrade for damage, so it's being classified into damage deal, featuring ability, and 3 survivability. So damage dealing, you get to choose either 1, effective against infantry and lancer, or 2, effective against cavalry and flyer, or 3, effective against holy and mage, or 4, deal fixed damage before battle based on Lucretia 2.0 intelligence times 1, or deal 1 times intelligence of fixed damage before battle. Okay, number 2, feature ability. First, after battle, cause enemy to not able to use active skills, last for a turn. So then second, before battle, gain damage received reduced by 20%. So you gain damage reduction from enemy by 20%. Again, this lasts for 1 turn only. And the third, before battle, cause enemy to not able to receive buff effect. For this third feature ability, it will last for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled. So if you manage to get this skills generate out, it is very good. 3, survivability. So first, after battle, heal all allies based on 1.5 times your own intelligence. Second, after battle, heal 50% of damage deal to your own HP. Third, when you end turn, heal allies 2 squares or tiles around you based on 1.5 times your intelligence and dispel 1 debuff. So I gotta say, for survivability, it is highly recommended for players playing PvE matches, especially during challenge, because well, as you can see, she needs some setup, and challenge stages allows your team or characters some lead time to start setting up. Normally the true battle goes like from after the 5th or 8th turns onwards, so not too shabby. And if you do not want to bring too much healer, the survivability options are the better way. So alright, we're going to repeat again for the first and third upgrade options, breaking into 3 types: damage, feature ability, and survivability ability. So alright, number 1, damage deal. First is effective. You gain damage deal will be effective against infantry and lancer. Second, effective against cavalry and flyer. Effective against holy or mage. Or fourth, deal fixed damage before battle based on 1 times your intelligence. And as you can hear that I'm saying effective against infantry and lancer or lancer is because I'm noting the way they note their word with slash. So I'm gonna go with together instead of 1 by 1 option, and hopefully I'm right. And second, feature ability or debuffability, you may call it. First, after battle, cause enemy to not able to use active skills. This will last for 1 turn. It means silence the enemy. Second, before battle, you will gain damage received reduced by 20%, last for a turn. And third, before battle, cause enemy to not able to receive buff effect, lasts for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled. Third, survivability. After battle, heal all allies based on 1.5 times own intelligence. Second, after battle, heal 50% of damage dealt to enemies to your HP. And third, when you end your turn, heal allies 2 squares or tiles around you based on 1.5 times your intelligence and dispel 1 debuff. And moving on to the second upgrade, which is the most important because it has the best upgrade for your hero. And apparently, I guess Zilong know that players do not want too long of a setup, so they want to make sure that from the latest 3rd turn onward, she can, well, become a killing machine. So they set it on 2nd turn. Though I beg to differ, I personally feel that they should give her the option during the 1st turn upgrade, so she can start doing tricks on 2nd turn. And because of the upgrade mechanism, just my personal suggestion for PvP, I'll suggest that she'll become strongly playable in ground formations only, meaning you need tankers to ensure survivability as she takes some turns to upgrade. So right, second feature is again is bringing to 3 types: damage deal, featuring ability, and third, survivability. So okay, moving to first, damage deal. So the effects are all triggered before battle. You get to reduce enemies first attack and intelligence by 30%. Second, defense by 30%. Third, magic defense by 30%. Fourth, skills by 30%. Effect will last for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled. So as you can see, it's when I say first, second, third, fourth, it means that you can only get to choose either of the options. You do not get to choose everything. So it's really kind of like a number generator. It's pretty randomly generated. That's why she's kind of a more unstable hero or heroine compared to Zerida 2.0. And then second, which is the featured ability, there's only one option, which is definitely going to be highly chosen by every player. The ability is feature ability. Increase units range by +2 and damage deal reduced by 10%. So yeah, you did not hear me wrong. The feature ability provides a +2 to your range. However, the damage you do to enemy will be reduced by 10%. However, stacking with her talent that increased damage by 30%, this is just a small, well, disadvantages, I guess, because 30% minus 10% you still get 20%, and to cover that back you can give her enchantment like Breeze and you gain back your 10%, so not too shabby. Third, Survivability. Again, is only one option, so it's reduce healing received by 30%, but after entering battle and reduce and damage deal, reduce the cooldown of the skills by 2. So this is to increase your other skills. So because she has self-inbuilt life skills, so reduce healing received by yourself for 30%, but after entering battle and dealing damage to enemies, you reduce the cooldown of this 3C by 2 turns. So you're trying to, this skill is trying to allows you to spam your 3C skills by choosing this option. However, you'll be sacrificing range because you'll be choosing either of the options from damage deal to feature and survivability. And of course, correct me if I'm wrong, we will only be able to find out if what I'm saying is correct or not only during the demo play. However, based on the written text here with all the / command written there, I'm going to presume you will only be able to choose one or two of the skills out of the many options written for you, and that is troublesome indeed. So we're gonna repeat again. So sorry if I'm not doing well for this part of video because there's too much text for you to take note of. So for the first and third upgrade options, okay, for damage deal, which is the first damage deal, number one damage deal, first effective against infantry and lancer, second effective against cavalry and flyer, third effective against holy and mage, fourth deal fixed damage before battle based on intelligence of 1 times your intelligence. Second feature option, first after battle cause enemy to not able to use active skills, last for a turn. Second, before battle gain damage received reduced by 20%, last for a turn. And third, before battle cause enemy to not able to receive buff effect, lasts for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled. Third, number 3, survivability. First, after battle, heal all allies based on 1.5 times on intelligence. Second, after battle, heal 50% of damage deal to HP. Third, when you end your turn, heal allies 2 squares or tiles around you based on 1.5 times intelligence and dispel 1 debuff. The second upgrade, which is the most important, number 1, damage deal before battle, reduce enemies first attack and intelligence by 30%, second defense by 30%, third magic defense by 30%, fourth skills by 30%. All the options effect will last for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled. Second featuring skills, 2 featuring skills, increase units range by +2 and damage deal reduced by 10%. 3. Survivability, reduce healing received by 30%, but after entering battle and dealing damage to enemies, reduce the cooldown of the 3 Cs by 2 CD. And that's it for Lucretia. Sorry for the dragging because it's very long and full of text. So the max range she can go with scepters is 7 squares of tiles, which is still very strong, and together with the skills, minus 10% with another minus 10%. However, coping with her talent of 30% damage, after reducing damage, you still gain 10% damage increment. And then if you go for breeze, you gain a plus 10. So overall, you still gain plus 20% damage increment, which is not too bad in my opinion. What did you guys think? So alright, we have come to the end. Remember to like and subscribe, and definitely check out the cringy translation text I have done for you guys. This is Kami signing off, and let's check out the design, the lovely design of Lucretia 2.0, and goodbye.